There's a lot happening behind the scenes at our house at the moment, so I wanted to introduce you to my latest project, growing an entire stall's worth of veggie seedlings for the Kindy fundraiser. So the purpose here is to raise as much money as we can at a stall coming up in October. I started doing the maths about a week ago and thought, I've got 9 weeks to go, I need to start growing. So in the last few days I have been planting seeds like crazy. So I wanted to take you through and show you how it's all going. I figured it'd also be a good chance to stop and talk about exactly what you could be sowing at home right now if you're in Victoria, Australia, or anywhere with a similar climate. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm planting, what you could be planting right now, and when's the best time to start thinking about all your different spring and summer produce. It is pretty early in the morning here and everyone in the household is asleep, and I am not a morning person, but my 5-month-old decided to get up at 5 a.m. so I was up with her for 2 hours. She's now down for her morning nap and I've had my coffee, so I'm raring to go. So I was like, let's just show you how things are growing. I've woken up this morning, the first sprouts have come through and I've already realised my first mistake. I learnt this last year and I'd forgotten. I was so excited to see the sprouts coming through, but then when I saw which ones they were, I was like, ooh. Yeah, I misjudged the timing of that one. So this is not everything that we've got growing. This is just some things that we've got growing. The rest of them are outside. I started sowing seeds about 4 or 5 days ago, and I continued sowing over the last few days. And look over here, we've got our first babies sprouting. I can see based on my little tag there, this is Lebanese cucumbers that are coming through. And I can also see the first little hint of a sprout there from a pumpkin seed. Now, if I'm looking around everywhere else, I can't see any sprouts yet, except I did find one under here. And where was it? There. You gotta look really hard. That is a cos lettuce sprout. So let me just remember what else I've got in here. Beetroots, cos lettuce, spinach and fennel through there. The only reason I've put the cover on this one and not the others is because that just fits perfectly. I've actually been using this, just some recycled bubble wrap to cover that at night to act as my little greenhouse and keep it warm. I've been using that spray bottle to spray them. I've got some tomato seedlings in here, no sign of sprouting yet. More tomatoes over there, basil over there. Basil I should have started ages ago because basil takes a really long time. What else have I got in here? More beetroots. Zucchini. I think I also planted the zucchini too early. Oh yeah, look. There's a little sprout in there too. I think these will probably be too big. What else is in here? Oh, watermelon. Got watermelons here, some more watermelons there. And these ones are mini cucumbers, which is what my kids are loving at the moment. I hope the kids will enjoy snacking off those straight off the vine. Now, here's what I've done wrong. I was trying to remember, how long does it take cucumbers to grow to full maturity? And one of the sites reckons 60 to 90 days. Now in 60 days, that's when we've got our stall. So that means these are going to be really, really big plants in 60 days. What I really should have done is just started with my things like my basils and my tomatoes and my capsicums now, and then waited a few more months to get some of those other bigger plants in. So I might have to try again and sow some more later. Let me take you through exactly what I've planted and which seeds you can also start now. In terms of herbs, I put in parsley and coriander seeds. Both of these could technically go straight outside now, as they do fine in the cold. Summer herbs that can be started inside now from seed include basil, oregano and tarragon. Now keep in mind these things will need a really consistent direct sun source for quite some time before they can go outside. If you don't have that indoors somewhere, you'll need either a greenhouse or something similar, or you can wait a bit. Onto my veggies now. I'd hold off on your cucumbers, zucchini, pumpkin and corn for a while. But if you're planning to start tomatoes, capsicums, chilies or watermelon from seed, now is a good time to get them growing inside because they can take a bit longer. You can also hold off on these too, or you can succession plant. Start some now and some in a few weeks' time to maximise the chance of getting your timing right. But I'm going all in because I've got that October fundraising deadline. I've also planted lettuce, spinach and fennel. Beans grow too quickly, so it is not time to start those just yet. In terms of when to get most of these outside, it's all about temperature. Most summer veg won't tolerate frost, they won't grow well in the cold, and they need warm days and nights to fruit. So it really does depend on exactly where you live and when your last frost date is. So look it up, that's a really good one to know. So ideally I'd have the whole lot sort of covered and enclosed, but we sort of just make do over here. This is also my laundry room. So there are a couple of benefits to the bubble wrap. Of course, it keeps the moisture in. I do have to try and make sure I cover the sides. Keeps the moisture in, it also keeps the temperature quite warm. Now, because some of these are sprouting a little bit too quickly, never thought I'd even say that, I think I'm going to move these outside into the greenhouse because it's still quite cool outside and I think that might actually slow down the growth so I don't have the plants too big by the time the fundraiser rolls around. Now, those of you who've been following this channel for a little while might remember I did the same thing last year. Last year we had a few extra helpers. This year I'm doing it on my own, so I'm feeling a little bit daunted by the process. But I'm super excited that a couple of businesses have already offered to contribute. Garden Lovers on Wattle Tree is a lovely local business and they've agreed to donate a few things for the plant stall. So a huge shout out to them. Thank you so much. A big thank you also to the Diggers Club. The Diggers Club has also agreed to help support the Kindy fundraiser this year. If there are any other gardening businesses out there who have got things that you can donate, either plants or gardening supplies, please let me know. I'll leave my email address in the description. I'd love to hear from you and any support would be fabulous. I am of course going to document this whole process. I might even try and give you weekly updates to see how everything is growing. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, hit that subscribe button now. Let me know in the comments how often do you want to see how well these guys are growing. I've also just recorded a video on how to make the perfect seed raising mix. So have a look now. It might be uploaded depending on which one I finish first. And if you haven't seen that yet, it's coming in the next few days.